Welcome to episode 12 of Pineleaf Plays the Lore Master. First off, I found out that I did have a universal toolkit sitting in my mains vault. Therefore, I went and grabbed it. And now I'm using that. But now we need to turn in my quest with the unpaid debts.
What can I do for you?
You have returned with the brigand's lockbox. Now let me see what's inside. Of course it's locked. What did you expect? Alright, alright. Giving me a choice of earrings. Plus 3 agility. Nah. Plus 3 vitality. Well, either one is one or the same.
Would you do something for me?
Now I need to collect the Blackwold strong. Let's see. I was talking to one of the other constables shortly before you returned, and it seems that he learned that some of the Blackwolds were keeping even more valuables in the main camp. So I need to go to the main camp and get another lockbox. And let me get my bear here. So we can go and head to Ellie Cutleaf and tell her that I took care of that den mother. Alright, on the way back, I'll use my horse. Since this can be a bit of a long trek here when you're on foot. Alright, Ellie Cutleaf's house. Alright. Hello. Done. Dead.
How can I be of service?
I'm glad you were able to defeat the den mother before she bore any more of those half-wargs. Now there's just Skunkwood to deal with. He spends most of his time in the Blackwold hideout these days. There are dark-skinned men who sometimes attend him, clearly not from these parts. And that Jagger Jack fellow. Alright, what did we get out of this? Cutleaf staff. Plus 6 will and nice DPS.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Alright. When Scunfield took me to the Blackwolves encampment in the Chetwood, I met Jagger Jack. Jack is training the wolves for the Blackwolves. He keeps them in bar. So now all we have to do is poison them! Yes, talk to Leecher Cartwheel so we can make a poison. Yes. You got the mount, you might as well use it. So Leecher Cartwell is the local healer, or apothecary. And he should know about what we need to brew. Cartwell's house. Hello. Alright.
What can I do for you?
Ellie got herself in trouble, did she? I've been near the wood of late to gather herbs and such. Something has the animals all stirred up for certain. If this will help make things right between Ellie and the comb folk, I will help. I think I know just the thing. I'll need fresh honey, blackwood root, and several red berries. And then he tells me where all these things are at. And
How may I help you
he
today?
sells salves and the like, so yes, he is the local healer. Now to get some honey. And the best place to go for that is in this direction. On the north side of town. Okay, south side of town. Where there are some beehives, yes. And for some reason, I could just collect it. The bees seem not to mind. I would have thought that a nice bee suit would have been helpful in that particular endeavor. These bushes are for the red berries. I think the honey is to make it a little bit sweet. A few berries to add to the taste. Blackwort is probably the main ingredient, or the active ingredient. I must admit, it's not exactly what I would think is on the top of the list for half-work meals. Of course, what does he say? He doesn't give the exact reason for each ingredient. Alright, so this will take care of the berry side. So now we head on to the Blackwort, which is at the wolf's den, where we killed those wolves earlier. Oh, wait a minute. Let me turn on my prospector map so I can get a little bit more copper. Now, I did make a few more pieces of jewelry just before this episode, but it never hurts to mine a little bit more, at least until I top off my skill with the jeweler and with the prospecting. And that will probably take a little while. Alright. Now we can head on the way to the wolf den. Where we first run into a spider. Well, we still have that deed to finish with the spiders. And you're sure to run into a spider or two. Or three. Or four. This wolf here is looking fondly at that tree. Alright. Maybe marking territory. And we only need 4 of them. Alright. More and we'll be ready to return. I'm not going to take the strong box right now since I can handle that when I go after Jagger Jack, and I think that will be the next quest after this. Yes. Now let me take care of this wolf since I'm going to want to take some copper anyway. Spiders. Yeah. Most likely I'll just kill a few more spiders. Collect a little bit more copper. So we'll reconvene when I get back to Ellie's house. We're back at Leecher Cartwell's house. So let's turn in these ingredients.
Hello there.
Ah, there you are. It will be just a moment and I'll have the poison for you. Be careful with this. It'll not hurt you or I, not even the little folk, except perhaps to make us mildly ill, but the normal woodland creatures will suffer terribly if you don't use it caution. You should return to Ellie and let her know that the poison is ready. Yes, sir. Therefore, let us get back to Ellie's house. After which, we get the fun little task of poisoning baby wargs or wolves or dogs or whatever type of canine that we're trying to poison here, these half-breeds that are going to be trained by the Blackwolds. And of course, our main intention here is to do as much damage to the Blackwolds as possible. I presume that's our plan here. So let's see what Ellie has to say.
What can I do for you?
I have the poison for Cartwell. I trust Cartwell. Now that we have the poison, we may be ready to strike at the Blackwolds at their Chetwood home. Alright, there we go.
Stay a moment.
And now we need to go to the restaurant, go and defeat Jagger Jack and poison some wolf food sources. Isn't this going to be fun? And we are going to be going way back to the position where we fought that boy earlier, that woman's son. And he was right in front of the stronghold, so that's where we are going to go. And then we'll get the joy of fighting our way through there and finding Jagger Jack. And so you don't see the entire trip, we will take a pause until we arrive. Here we are at the Blackwold Headquarters. Now first thing I want to do is to turn back on the Blackwold Thieves quest so that I don't forget it when I'm in there. There are 3 quests in here. One is the Blackwold's Thieves. One is the one to get this lockbox. And the third one is to get rid of Jagger Jack. Wait a minute, there's some copper on the other side. I'll leave no copper node unmined. Well, I suppose if it's guarded by a huge number of elites or something like that, I would have to leave it unmined. I'm not going to worry about those guys at the moment. Going this way, I believe this is the guy with the key. Applewood or something like that. They're a bit on the low level side. They're only level 8. I'm level 12, so you can imagine that they're not going to survive very long. Well, this one's level 7. Okay, apple wood. Alright. Let's take care of this guy first. Completed Brigand Slayer. Oh, that's nice to hear. This is a level 9 Sig, so he should last more than a couple of hits. And I got the master key. And there's a supply crate here. Some amethysts in there, that'll be useful for me. I got an agate. Worn tablet fragment, that might be useful for... I do have a... Never mind, I don't have a scholar on this server. It's on a different server I have a scholar, so... I won't have to worry about that then. Oops. It's got company. Any copper I can get will be of use. Now, straw box I think is somewhere around here. Okay, I think it's on the other side. And this is where we need to go for the wolves anyway. Hello! Whack. Goodbye. And here is a slaughtered sheep, and the slaughtered sheep are to be poisoned. Ah, here's the lockbox. Get rid of the poacher. I think they might have made these a little bit too low on their level. Critical strike, the main one you get in here is level 11. The other two are level 10 quests. I would have thought that they would have 9s and 10s in here at least. Maybe an occasional 11. At their current level, I am sweeping through them rather easily. Then we kill them and poison their sheep. Now the sheep, of course, are to be used to feed the wolfhounds here. And I'll assume that these wolfhounds are these new half hound, half warg, half wolf. Yes, that's how vicious they are. They have 3 halves. Alright. As opposed to these guys who, like, you look at them and they go down. Let's see. Well, alright, we'll take care of this guy. We'll take care of the wolf keeper and our little dog. And you will find this a bit. We're not the only ones. Lord Masters aren't the only ones who sometimes get pets. Sometimes we run into enemies who have their pets also. There's Angmar Warrior. Alright. That's just sort of a hint that we were going to run into a little bit of Angmar eventually. A few of those guys. Alright, here's Jagger Jack. He also has a pet wolf. Now, of course, if we're killing all these pet wolves in here, there might not be any left around to eat the poison. But that's a minor detail. Really. 9 sig, how low can you go for a local boss? You would figure that with a level 11 quest, he'd at least be an 11 sig. Alright, now we gotta get out of here. Which probably won't be too difficult seeing how easily we got into here. And how easily everything is dying before us unless we run into the infamous Chetwood Warg. The Chetwood Warg I don't think usually comes inside of here. I think he roams a little bit on the outskirts. And he'd be a little bit tough because I think he's something like a level 14 elite or something like that. Certainly would add some excitement to the day. There we go. Hello. Oh, you want to dance? Is that copper inside or outside? Ah, okay, it must be outside. And that's it for the Blackwold Headquarters. We'll take a little break here, and I will return when I reach back to Combe, where I can turn in all these quests. Alright, I am back at the quest giver. More treasure.
Greetings.
You found the strong box, and this one is locked as well. And do you see these scratches right here, RF, just like the other one? We need to get these strong boxes open. Oh yes, need to choose a reward too. +3 will. +5 maximum power. Well, doesn't matter much. I'm going to keep the ones I made.
What do you need?
You found it! Excellent work! And I can say we are pleased that there is one less Blackwold to worry about as well. Now, we can find what the brigands hid away in this chest. You did a wonderful job. Here's your reward and another armband. Just in case I wanted something to match the previous one. And I level. And now I've got a quest to head for Bree and get there to start that quest line. But first, we need to take care of the rest of the epic, and that would be a critical strike with Ellie Cutleaf. And I'll save that for next time, for episode 13 of Pineleaf Plays the Lore Master.